I know somebody was kind of clapping back at you quietly saying, oh, these anonymous sources about this and that about my organization. And it all comes to light that these people were correct, that the Padres, there was a disconnect. Can we, as a Padres fan, ever believe what A.J. Preller says? A.J. Preller, who has gone through 6 managers in 10 years, can we believe him from here on out?
I don't know that I would go that far, Eric, and I'll give you the background on this. I wrote a story with Dennis Lin of The Athletic about the Padres, came out September 19th. And there were a lot of anonymous sources, and there were people who detailed the problems with the organization, how there were many issues going on, one of which was the relationship between Bob Melvin, the manager, and AJ Preller, the GM. And one player who asked to remain anonymous said their relationship was unfixable. Then the Padres, of course, missed the playoffs. AJ Preller holds his end of season news conference, as most GMs do, and says Bob Melvin's going to be back. He's our manager. And he also says, and I don't put much credit in reports with unnamed sources, etc. That's fine. You don't have to put much credibility on those reports, but it turned out that that relationship was unfixable. And how do we know? We know because the Padres let Bob Melvin go with 1 year left on his contract to take a job with the San Francisco Giants, who gave him a 3-year deal. That's how we know. If the relationship is so good, Bob Melvin is back, and he's back to fulfill the final year of his contract with a team that should be quite good. And the only reason I said anything is because when you try to discredit what we do, and listen, we're not perfect either, but when you go out there publicly and say, I don't put much credibility in this stuff, and then what happens is what we reported, I'm sorry, that needs to be called out.
Do you feel like
agreed.
Do you feel like there should be an apology, Ken? Do you feel like
No,
that's
no,
or no? No, not like that.
No, Paul. I don't operate like that. And listen,
Yeah.
a few years ago, I'll be upfront about this. I reported that the Max Scherzer trade was close to the Padres. Didn't turn out to be true, and I had to wear it. And AJ Preller handled that professionally with me, and we sort of joke about it from time to time. It wasn't good at the time. It wasn't good at all. One of the low points of my career, to be perfectly honest. But these things happen, and we go forward. There's no need for an apology or anything like that. But I felt when he said that, okay, if you're bringing Bob Melvin back, okay, and the relationship improves, all power to you. But as I wrote, actions speak louder than words, and the actions were clear here.
And anonymous sources are awesome because sometimes they'd be fired if they actually put their name on it. So we need that.
Here's all right. I know a lot of people like Eric don't like anonymous sources. I don't blame them. I'd much rather have people on the record at all times. But sometimes, because matters are so sensitive, people are not willing to speak on the record. And if you want to get at what is going on, you have to use anonymous sources. And you have to be careful because people have agendas, and sometimes they're operating from a position of that kind of thing. But at the same time, anonymous sources are necessary often to get to the bottom of a particular issue.